Alright, what's going on, everybody? JT here, and sorry for a long wait for those who are waiting for my next stream. I had a lot of personal issues happening, including and like over a week of not having a clear voice. So there might be a few times where my voice will sound a little off, and that will be because of that. Anyways, I'm back on, and I'm starting something new after being inspired to do this after a certain uh, anime and manga. The main character who was deemed classless but is kind of OP. Anyways, I am building. If you hadn't seen in the description, and building a city, which I forgot the name. It's in the title. I'll be sure to when I get the recording out onto YouTube. I'll be sure to get the name dropped. Uh, Forgot it already. It's a fictional name, so that's all I remember. It's going to be the City of Swords. Basically, it'll be a city with a fighting ring in the center, right where I'm standing right now. It actually took me a while to find a spot for this area. I was actually scoping out on this world seed, which I'll drop it right here if anybody wants to use it. Actually, I can't remember the YouTuber's name, but I got this off of it. I got this off of their video. So shout out to them. Anyways, getting down to business. It's going to take a lot because uh for one thing, I am not big on hilly terrain. Mainly because it's not really my forte, and I have a hard time trying to decide the level of areas. And I mean, I might size it up in certain areas, but basically, I'm just going over. I probably won't do it all in one setting, but we'll see how far we have to get. But like I said, this will be the center of the city, and I'll have the castle off in a different section, and hopefully I'll do a good job at this. I've been wanting to try doing a Japanese build for a long time. I know I have other builds, but those will probably happen at another time. And then there's my survival thing, which don't know when I'll get back to that. And I'll explain the horses and stuff later. One of the things I gotta do is just clear the area, which means that a village in the distance there's going to be disappearing. So yeah, a lot of covering up that needs to happen, a lot of filling up. I'm not going to use the entirety of the whole flat area. I am going to just like kind of smooth it out to try to make the edges a little more natural, which is a little tricky. But for a while now. I've actually been really interested in Japanese culture. It's been that way for uh, a long time, actually. Probably probably since I was like, well, it was a long time ago. Not like too long ago, because I did not know what. Uh, let's just say my single digit years and high school years, I did not know much about Japanese culture until my summer job. But it was because of a manga, Rurouni Kenshin, that I got really interested in Japanese culture. So, yeah, we'll see how far we can get with this. I'm gonna. I don't know why I was smoothing. I don't know why I was touching this area. I mean, I will remove sand because it's kind of, in my opinion, sand and gravel along the edges is a bit of an eyesore. I'll figure something out. But yeah, I had no voice for over a week, and before that, I was feeling less motivated to want to stream. There's a bunch of other things happening. I was playing Skyrim off camera because I can't really. I don't have a secondary screen or anything functional to help with that. And at some point, I'll get back to it. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Legends ZA, which is a pretty awesome game. Kinda, my starter was a bit of a letdown when I saw its Mega Evolution, but I'm not going to complain. I'm sticking to it. That was the starter I wanted to go for, and I went for it. So my guess is that Game Freak was just trying to avoid copyright, so they wouldn't accidentally make Feraligatr look a lot like Godzilla. Yeah, there's some hilly patches here and there. I'll have to figure out what to do with that central island. Probably like get rid of maybe I'll get rid of the trees and do like some sort of a Japanese inspired watchtower, which pretty much which sounds like a pretty good idea. Um, yeah, it's. I mean, there's a lot of things I have that are work in progress. The trials inspired dungeon that I was working on for a bit. Don't know where exactly I'm going with that. It'd be nice if I had some extra help from the outside. Not sure how to get that yet, because my my brain is more toward creative building rather than uh, working with redstone and other mechanic type stuff. So But yeah, Japanese things are like really fascinating for me because uh it's just a lot of stuff. I mean, like the U.S., at a certain point there's like some warring warring states in that. Uh, I was actually blown away when I saw on Facebook that somebody had found a picture of some samurai that were in Egypt. So, and then there's the story of Shirayama, which I found out through a song from Sabaton, which is a really awesome song. But yeah, I actually have a lot of really good plans for this. Mainly, what's going to happen is that this uh, city is well, even though it's called the City of Swords, it's not just going to be centered on just swords. There will be more stories involved. And, I actually have a purpose for the villagers, and I'll get to that in a bit. But I'll have like uh, it'll be a large city, and it'll probably be like a couple of different factions in that city. Uh, in the city, uh, excluding uh other types because I don't want it to be too rough for this whole thing. It'd probably be like uh iron for the highest tier. Uh, all the wooden weapons are basically practice weapons. There'll be like archery ranges, which I doubt will be done on horseback because I know that's something that's uh not would not be easy to do considering the fact that when you steer a horse, you're just moving yourself and the horse at the same time. And you can't really turn yourself on the horse. Maybe I'll wing it and just use a minecart, which will be easier that way. But yeah, not sure. I'm not sure how the spears will actually play in, honestly. When it gets to that, and then I'll have like a couple of actually they'll not exactly a couple of different areas, but there'll be another portal leading to an extension of an area. I actually explained this to my cousin uh, that there will be a black market. I didn't I didn't continue from there, but basically it'll be a black market. One part of the black market will have uh, well, it'll have I'm not sure if I'll have clerics in there, but it will have like a brewing area. It'll probably take me a while to get pillagers without their crossbows, unless I can figure out the command to spawn them in with that without crossbows. But basically, there'll be a black market that'll be selling potions, and potions will be uh, illegal because like I said, this is a city of sorts. So no magical items involved, which means anything like potions or enchanted books or enchanted weapons, those will be in the black market. Where I'm putting the black market, I am not entirely sure yet. What I'm doing right now is just some extensive terraforming, and this is a pretty big project. It's actually bigger than the monolith project. And as for the fighting ring, it took me a long time to figure out how exactly I was going to do that. My first thought was actually doing an octagon, but I wouldn't know how to actually shape the diagonal portions of that. So I just went from doing an octagon to a large square, which I think it's a 15 by 15. Uh, I think the only thing, uh, quote unquote magical that I'll probably do is set up some beacons with resistance and regeneration. So the goal would be to get your opponent down to either half of heart, or if you can get a ring out. And from what I've seen with shelves and banners, that it'll be a really they'll be really useful for a point system. So I'll have to when I get to that, I'll have that set up. And I'll have to figure out something, because the piglin bartering thing will actually be pretty useful for the nether portion of the black market. I'll have to figure that one out. Um, what else? There's something else on the tip of my tongue, and it just left. Oh, probably a gold mine as well. Because with the whole piglin thing, having a gold mine would be useful. I mean, how else would you trade with the piglins? And I will be naming these things so that way they won't despawn, and they will also be in certain areas here. Probably not just a gold mine, but I'll have maybe like a quarry or something, and if I could figure it out. Probably rig up a system where it will actually open some secret doors into the black market, which probably would be a better idea. Most times I just make things up as I go along. I should probably have this out because sometimes I really should have worked on the system on setting this up. But it's a good thing I didn't, otherwise I wouldn't have all of these. Maybe oh yeah, horse racetrack might be an option. I haven't actually cemented that yet. But it's a lot of ground to cover. I'm definitely going to be paying attention to a lot more attention to something else as well, and that person will actually be another inspiration. Is watching Wells Knight on Hermitcraft since season 11 started last week. So the reason I mentioned him is because I've watched his stuff before. I even knew he was a Hermit member. Back when he was doing his Kingdom series. But yeah, he's actually doing a feudal Japan type build. He already has his starter house, which looks amazing. I think the tricky thing for me is actually going to. I mean, there's a few potential spots for it. The tricky thing is building a Torii gate somewhere. And I've seen the one that Joel did in season 10, and that was pretty cool. Okay. A lot of this chunk right here. Definitely need to loosen it up so it doesn't actually look like organized. Look like an organized hill. If you're hearing extra sound, I'm sorry. My microphone on my headphones is rubbing against my shirt. Oops. Did not mean to hit the space bar. And hello to you too, Violet. Nice for you to drop in. Just doing some terraforming. Yeah, I'm just clearing out one section at a time. I'm clearing out an entire area to make way for a pretty big build. Oh, I'm pretty good. Throat's a little scratchy, but I am practically recovered from over a week of having no voice, so. This section is almost done. Yeah, normally I would use TNT to help me out with this, but I don't want to replace all the blocks that got blown up. So just doing it, even though this is time consuming, it's a lot easier than using TNT, so. I play a lot of other games, but unfortunately I'm playing off my laptop, so most of the games I play are not really in window mode. If I could, I would love to try to record some Pokemon if I had the chance to. Okay, that's finally done. But unfortunately, I don't have the tech to take care of that, and this is a very old laptop, so. This is helping my creative mind, so. Sometimes if you're having a rough day, you just want it. I think doing some creative Minecraft it actually helps relieve a bit of stress. It's either that or build with Legos. Which it's essentially the same thing, except one is digital and blocky, and the other one has other types of shapes. Oops. That's mainly what I was talking about earlier. It's if it was a THC explosion that did that, that'd be a lot more blocks to put in. So just punching one or two blocks is nothing. You just easily replace those. Now, I don't know why I'm using a dirt block to replace it instead of a grass block. Probably maybe it's because it's kind of satisfying just seeing the grass spread onto the dirt blocks. So. It all depends. Sometimes I'm trying to do just, but it's bit. Saturdays are probably like the easiest. Saturday nights are probably like the easiest thing for me to do right now. I have other things going on outside of that, and trying to incorporate that better. This is just mainly. It's kind of a hobby, honestly. Kind of. I don't do it a lot because there's other things that I do outside of streaming. So one of the things I do, I really need to get back into doing, and I just realized I need to charge my camera. Yeah. Outside of this, I just kind of do this as kind of a side thing, since uh, I have other things going on. I actually I actually did one stream where for the first time I actually streamed for 3 hours, which was pretty interesting. It's kind of strenuous on my wrist at the end, but uh, not bad. So, but yeah, I'm basically an amateur photographer. Uh, of a story that I need to get back into writing. I haven't actually made it past the well, I honestly don't remember what it was about or how it was going to happen. But there's that. I also knit. Knitting is a definite hobby of mine. I kind of taught myself how to loom knit, so it's a lot of fun. I have a blanket that I need to continue working on at some point. Let's just say I'm from the U.S. I really don't want to try giving my location away. I know there are some people that as they say they're from here. Actually, I'll just say I'll say that I'm from Nebraska. I'll just say that. Yeah, Nebraska, born and raised. Man, these they say that the plains were rather flat, but they're not as flat as most of it is now. Because I did take some time on some certain areas, but it honestly, if it were really flat, then there wouldn't be a lot of these uh, rolling hills, basically. Not to mention some of the craters that I'll have to cover up. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate the kind comment. Of course, that's kind of hard to say because I rarely had anybody watch my streams. I think art is actually pretty nice. I actually like uh how much life some artists actually put into it into their projects. Um, there is there's actually a YouTuber that I like, and uh actually toured the Hermitcraft World download, and I went over toward where he had his base, and I I absolutely his base is actually my favorite because it wasn't too crazy. It wasn't causing a lot of lag from my laptop. Uh, but his base was really a work of art. I really liked how he incorporated all the gradients in there, which that's something I really need to try to work on. I'm not sure if I'm going to incorporate it into my project. Um, I'll think about it. Yeah, I'll think about it. My uh uh they're I'm trying to save up for something which will help me out a lot in the future. So, and I'm also paying rent. So, I appreciate the offer though, but I'll need to think about it. So, uh, I honestly don't understand the question. Oh, you might be able to search for me on Discord. I forgot what my aside from my Twitch name, I don't remember what my other handle is on there. Okay, this section is almost done, and I can move on to that next hilly bit. Okay, another section done. Okay, this portion right here won't be too difficult, and then there's all this. A lot of work I need to deal with. And then I have to work on the on this section here. Off camera, I was doing a lot of scoping around, and one of the horses that I tethered over here was like 100 blocks away. And I was like, how the heck did you get over there? Okay, let's this. I mean, I'll have to take care of the other eyesores later. Yeah. Discord updated. Oh, that's what my username is. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, and then there's the removing grass and foliage. I think from here on out, I'm just going to ignore the holes I accidentally punched and just fill them up after I get everything cleared out. It'll save me some time. All right. I will be right back. Need to take care of something real quick. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I checked it. Those are really neat. And I'll leave for a moment because I needed one thing. I needed water. So okay. Yeah, think about changing my Minecraft skin so that way it'll uh look more like the theme I'm going for. out of my nose. Now, and to add to an answer that you asked earlier, I also play Lord of the Rings online, but like I said, it's kind of hard to record something when you only have one monitor to use, and you can't really tab out and make sure you have everything prepped. So. The air is nice and cool tonight. I got my window open. After all this terraforming, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to building. Really looking forward to the amount of Japanese style builds that I want to go for. And I just realized there's something else I will have to add, but that will probably be that will probably be an entire stream of itself, and I don't really want to get into that yet. Probably be best not to think about it right now. Off tile drops, otherwise I'd be full of seeds and flowers right now. There's that. I need to find a. I really need to consider sectioning off stuff more so it'd be easier to do that and move on to the next bit. Where's here? I just spotted something, and I'm going to grab that guy real quick. Come here, you. It's a good thing they fixed the leads, otherwise he would have just fallen off and probably gotten killed. Alright, let's check over in this soon-to-be extinct village. Surprisingly, I have not seen any cats. That's gonna be a lot of work to take care of this thing. Alright. I know I heard a villager, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Surprised I didn't find any cats. That was one thing I was hoping to find. No, it'll probably show up once I get more done. Alright, where was... There it is. Oh boy, it's going to be a lot. Let's see, where is this? I didn't actually take a closer look. Just dig out over here. Okay, at least that over here. That's gonna be a lot of work. Especially with covering up. Well, they say Rome wasn't built in a day, but neither was Minecraft. Neither was a Minecraft town. So not entirely sure how I'm going to incorporate iron golems into the city. I didn't actually think that far ahead. All right, I get to a certain point with this. Let's start from over here. After I get this portion done, I'll move on to the other side. Okay, it's only been an hour, which is fine. Really enjoying the cool air in my coming into my room. I really like the autumn air. I played some Minecraft music, but I don't know if that would count as copyright. Okay, now my clicker. Let's go over here. Man, terraforming is a lot of work. Oh, so far so good. Kind of wish they would give gravel its own sound when it breaks, because it sounds like dirt when you break it. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot. apologize if I'm not talking too much. My throat's feeling a little irritated right now, so I'm trying to not to talk too much. Which I wouldn't call it a habit, but I tend to talk too much and basically ramble without stopping. Okay. My knuckle hurts. And there's this huge chunk right here that I'll need to take care of. I did not mean to do that. Was not paying attention. Stupid chicken distracted me. Okay. I could have just built on a flat world, but I don't know why I didn't. Maybe it's because there's a lot more groundwork to deal with. One more layer to go. Oh, okay, got that done. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of work, especially at this general spot. and it helps a little bit. Smaller chunks the better. Okay. I think I might call it here. Well, let's cover up this spot real quick. But yeah, I did get a lot done. Probably not as much as I wanted, but it's a start. Oh boy, it's going to be a big build. But yeah, thanks to everybody. Pardon me. Oh man, massive sickle in the throat. But yeah, might not be the 3-hour mark that I wanted, but my finger is hurting from clicking so much with the breaking blocks. But I'll be doing some extra work later on off camera, so hopefully, well, probably not next week due to Thanksgiving, but in 2 weeks prior, I'll get you guys up to speed on what all I've been working on. But I am going to end it here and attempt to get this put out on get the recording out on YouTube. I'll finish that later. Well, anyways, thanks again for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please leave a like and subscribe and comment down below. What more of? Well, I'm gonna keep this narrowed down to Minecraft for now until I get something else figured out. So leave a comment down below if there's an adventure map I should check out that's limited to Java edition, since Bedrock is rather laggy on me. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream. This has been JT, and I'm signing off.